send us a thing, he's going to be like, "Hey, there are no guitars on the wall," and he's right. But yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. So hey everybody, it's Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. This is a new interactive video series that I have stolen from another YouTube content creator, different industry, but I swiped it just the same. And we're calling this Shooting the Breeze with TTG. I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
So let's start shooting. These videos are supposed to be kind of a fun thing. We're gonna keep them no ads, right?
Okay.
So if you want to send us a super chat, you can. But immediately after the video airs, we're gonna make them. We're gonna put ads on them.
That's for the algorithm because we're hoping to get people to watch them and participate.
Yeah.
If you can't watch it live, watch it later, and then maybe next time you can watch it live.
Yeah,
or maybe not.
Or watch the next one.
Watch the next
because we're gonna do a bunch of these.
Yeah.
And today this video we're calling the best new guitar you can buy for under $500. So I'm just going to start. I have chosen the Schecter Demon series,
which surprises me.
Well, I kind of wanted to surprise you.
Okay.
So my thing was I wanted a guitar that had a fixed bridge, no tremolo.
Okay.
Because I think you can do a fixed bridge easier for under $500.
Okay.
I think that I've always been impressed with the imported. I think all Schecters are imported, but with the level of finish quality and the niceties that you get from Schecter.
Okay.
For that kind of money. And now my guitar was like $499. That's the other thing. You don't have to include tax. You don't have to include shipping. It's whatever the price is. And I suppose that if you could find the guitar on sale, that would count. But I just went through like Sweetwater and Guitar Center and $500 maximum.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to be honest with you, I was kind of looking at spending $499.
Yeah.
Or
I was a little disappointed that my guitar wasn't $499. But yeah. So can we talk a little bit about why you would buy a $500 guitar?
Well, we can talk a little bit because I want to get to the comment section. Yeah, okay. So say you need a new guitar or you don't have a guitar. I frankly, Chris, I don't know why you would buy a $500 guitar, frankly.
I think because you're just dipping your toe in the world of guitar playing.
But I think there's better ways to spend $500. You could buy a used guitar, or you could.
Yeah, but that's a whole other thing, right?
I guess so.
It is, yeah.
But like my first guitar wasn't $500.
Right.
Of course, that was 40 some years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a used guitar.
Yeah.
Was it yours too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why would you buy a $500 guitar? I can't think of any reason, frankly. Okay, so what did you pick? And then we're going to get to y'all's answers.
So I picked the Squier Classic Vibe Stratocaster.
Stratocaster,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the reason for that is my thought is as a $500 guitar buyer, and I actually know people that are this way,
Mm-hmm.
They want a guitar. They're not sure they're going to really like it. Maybe they have an acoustic, but they want an electric guitar. They want something that they know is good.
Okay.
It's not the best, but it's good.
It's not a heap.
Yeah, it's not. It needs no work. You need to not do any upgrades to it.
Okay.
You need to buy it, tune it, and play it. And that's why you buy a $500 guitar, or in my case, a $429 guitar.
Okay.
Not a $229 guitar with the idea that I'm going to do a bunch of work to it.
Okay.
It's still going to be a $229 guitar. You're just going to spend more money on it.
You're just going to spend.
So anyway, that was my thought.
You're just going to go down the money
$500
pit.
guitar thing.
Yeah.
And the reason I picked the Strat is because lots and lots and lots of great music has been made on a Strat. And you can do anything that you could do on a Tele, which was also a consideration. You can do on a Strat plus the tremolo bar.
I was gonna go with the Tele because even a cheap Tele sounds and plays like a Tele.
Yeah.
You might have fret pokey outy ends or whatever. The pickups might not be good or whatever, but even a cheap Tele usually sounds like a Tele. They're the AK-47 of the guitar world. So let's go over to the comment section and see what everybody else is saying here. Talon Guitar Works says PRS SE satin finish. Okay, I have never been able to find. I've not been able to find one of those for $500. If you found one for $500, then kudos.
That satin finish thing, they had some. I think it was $399 or $499 last year.
Now that we're talking about right now,
yeah,
you got to be able to get it.
I haven't looked, but when that guitar came out, because we do a lot of satin stuff too.
Yeah,
I saw those and I went, oh, okay.
Okay, so maybe those are still under 500, but I didn't see them. Like I said, I went to Sweetwater and Guitar Center and put in max 500.
That's what I did.
That guitar didn't show up.
It didn't pop up.
Sterling by Music Man at 350, then upgrade the pickup. Again, I didn't see that one in there either, my friend. Robbie F. Epiphone SG Standard Cherry Red at $499 at Sweetwater.
I thought you might pick an Epiphone.
I
just because of the same reason I picked a Strat.
I very purposely did not choose the Epiphone for the under $500 thing because I think, and we talked about that this morning, an Epiphone for 500 or less looks like a Les Paul or looks like an SG, but they ain't an SG or a Les Paul. Yeah. There's like, it's got an alder body and it's got a bolt-on neck or it's got a scarf joiner. It's got whatever. Yeah, I don't think, but yeah, I get that. Mike says the Harley Benton Fusion 3 Pro are amazing imports for the money and under 500. They come with roasted maple neck, stainless steel jumbo, medium frets. You can get a Strat or Telly style. Bought one from my kid. Everyone likes to rag on Harley Benton. I have never actually seen one.
I've never seen one in person. Yeah.
Jay says, assuming we're talking $500 new, there are always deals to find used for $500. Well, yeah, Jay, and that's why we had to call this video that you can buy new for $500.
You can go down a big rabbit hole of used stuff and find the crappiest thing you can find and then go, I'll just fix it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like cars. You can buy. There's a big difference between the cheapest used one in a model and the most expensive used one in a model.
Yeah.
And
Jeffrey says, I have an Epiphone SG that is pretty good. I think it was around $250 when I got it. Jeffrey just dated himself there. I bet you haven't been able to get those for, 2 or 3 years. Robbie says, I spent $500 plus upgrading my first guitar in 2022, a Squier Affinity at $220. Gosh, remember when the what are now the standard series Fenders, the Mexican ones? I remember when I'll date myself here. I remember when those were under $300.
I remember buying a new Fender Stratocaster standard Mexican made for $250.
Yeah.
And they had a wall of them.
And they were really good. Yeah.
Yeah. And they were supposed to be $299, but they were $250 that month for a grand opening special at Mars Music or Musician's Friend. Yeah.
Shark Air says Sire Larry Carlton S5 electric guitar, Olympic White 360. Now, I'm not familiar with that one. I'm going to have to go look that one up.
That brand. They have some pretty cool stuff.
He also says the IAO S4 electric guitar, Marigold Yellow with a brown pick guard for $59. Okay, yeah. So there's
some of these things, unless you go online and you watch somebody's video that's doing a review on it, it has to be an unbiased video. Sometimes you just want to buy something because it's going to be good. You don't really want to take a chance on it, even though a bunch of people have told you that it's good, unless you can see it in person. The one you picked, you can go to Guitar Mall.
Guitar
Center. Yeah. Guitar Mall. And look at it and play it. Same with mine.
Yeah.
But some of these other brands, more like the direct to consumer stuff.
Yeah.
You're taking a little bit more of a chance on it, maybe.
Or like if some guitar player buddies, you can go to a guitar shop that has these things and they could go, oh, this one's, here's what I picked out, this one or this one.
Yeah.
And they play them and go, yeah, this one's pretty good. But yeah, you're right. If you get one of the online deals.
Yeah. And not that they're not good guitars.
We don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, the idea of something that's funny, this all became a thing because Dylan bought that Temu guitar and there's lots of, well, you could do this to it, you could do that to it. above and beyond the Gibson logo on the headstock, grinding that off and doing something with that.
Yeah.
He said the back of the neck was really bumpy and all of this other stuff. So the idea that, well, it's just wood and wire, right? It should have good bones. They don't all have good bones.
Yeah.
You know, when he bounced that headstock off the floor,
I didn't see that. Yeah.
He did it twice. He just set it and dropped it, and it didn't break. It went boing.
Okay.
I was actually kind of surprised that it didn't do something. But anyway, it doesn't have good bones.
Yeah.
It's a cheap guitar from front to back.
Well, and frankly, the first few of these videos have very little allure to me. Like how much, what's the best guitar you can get for not very much money? Okay. So like tomorrow's video is going to be $750. Wednesday's video is going to be $1,000.
Okay.
You kind of have to, like, those first three, I'm like, okay. Let's pick something. And I'd imagine there'll be a Paul Reed Smith. I imagine there'll be but remember, I'm not saying, I actually think that if it was me and I had $500 that I, for whatever reason, had to spend on a guitar at Guitar Center right now, I would have chosen the Gretsch Electromatic Jet because they were but I said the best guitar. I think that Gretsch is a neat guitar, but I don't think it's better than that Schecter. So I had to really kind of like throttle my own opinion back.
Yeah. So I bought some guitars even in the last few years that I can't justify buying that style of guitar for real money.
Yeah.
Maybe I could talk myself into it, but they're not, there's not a whole lot of them floating around. I have a Squire Bass 6 based on that idea. Oh, that sounds like a fun thing to have. You know how much I play that guitar?
Yeah.
I forgot I had it for a while. I forgot I loaned it out to somebody.
That's fun.
They're like, hey, I got that Bass 6. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, cool.
And I did the same thing with the Squire 12-string electric. It sounds like it's fun. It's fun for a minute, but I don't use it very often. And so it just sort of languishes. And then I'm like, why did I buy that?
Yeah.
So I buy cheap things that I can't justify a good one. But if I bought a good one, I might use it more, but probably not because it's so quirky.
Yeah. I think that as we get older, we talked about this today too. We just run out of time to do some of these things.
Yeah. I don't spend the amount of time playing. I used to play every single day for an hour. And now I don't do that.
Yeah.
And I have less time to put into all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
anyway. Well, anyway, gang. So thanks for hanging out with us for this first in the series of Shooting the Breeze with the TTGs. That kind of rhymes. That's funny. And we'll see you tomorrow for the next installment. Now, remember, don't leave your pick in the comment section of this video. Wait till tomorrow's video and tune in live. We're going to be doing it at the same time. And we'll talk about that. I bet you can get more guitar for $750 and $1,000, $500 and less. I was going to do $250. And I'm like, that's just dumb.
I probably would have picked something very, very similar just because, once again, at least it's a real brand.
Yeah, at least it's a real
Some of those Amazon things, I think you're getting, you might get a good one, you might get a bad one.
Yeah.
You might get one that somebody sent back. I don't know. You might get Dylan's. I don't know.
Ooh. Oh. Anyway, well, thanks guys for hanging out with us, and we will see you tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, and have a great night, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. Yeah, day. It's
Don't wait till night.
It's way earlier than I thought.